Welcome to everyone, Southwest Middle High School. Thank you all for coming. I'm Robert Hurd. I'm the interim principal. I'm a retired principal. When Dr. Gunnell called me and asked me to come out and take this opportunity to help serve at Southwest Middle High, I jumped at the opportunity. Fantastic building, fantastic community support, and a fantastic student body. I looked at our 10th graders' grades from last year and found that about 60% of you are already solid AB students. Preparation plus opportunity always leads to success. So we want to push our students to go for the gold. They're going to be competing in a global market, and we know that they can be the best. We know that they can be the top of the line. Please join me in welcoming Carlos de la Vera as he makes his comments regarding Southwest Middle High.
Take this off for a minute. Thank you, Mr. Hurd. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here today and be part of this celebration. It is kind of surreal for me being here right now, for this ribbon cutting event. Thinking back for such an awesome building. Thinking back a few years ago, we were with John Helmholtz, just holding community meetings to ensure that we were getting the community input from the start, so that this project was a real project in which you were part of the decision making. And I also take with me a lot of great memories from the very beginning when we were working on the design of the building, the construction, the signing of the beam with many of you 8th graders. Now we're going to be 10th graders. And also those memories of all your faces when you were entering for the first time this great, amazing building last year. And I'm taking all that with me, and I'm very proud of serve you. I also think that the school is not just a building. The school is a community. The school are the students. The school are the parents. And we all have contributed to this amazing program. So thank you very much for that, all of you, for being so supportive. One thing is, I also wanted to thank our staff and, again, community members and organizations. I remember last year calling parents of students who needed some support. And realizing that many parents needed a lot of help with computer skills. And so I gathered together some with my team, with my staff, and we decided to provide those computer classes. And so we collaborated with MSU and KSSN and Cook Art Center, and we offered those classes. And this was all through the pandemic. So that shows that this is a really collaborative example of how to work together to serve our community and our students. So again, thank you very much, all of you, for that. And so lastly, I just wanted to welcome everybody back, those students who were with us last year, 7th and 9th graders, which are going to be 8th to 10th now, and also all those students who are 7th graders who are coming for the first time to this building. Thank you very much, and welcome on behalf of Southwest and GRPS. So I would like to ask you, students, are you ready to start school? Let me try it again. Are you ready to start school? I guess. Okay, I like the enthusiasm. Okay, thank you very much. And I will just say in Spanish. I know that many of you already have translation devices. I just wanted to ensure that everybody understands and be part of this event. It's an amazing event, and I think everybody should be included. So let me be patient with me. It will take me just a few minutes just to say it in Spanish. Buenas tardes a todos. Es increíble para mí estar acá en esta ceremonia. Estaba recordando que hace unos pocos años atrás yo estaba con mi amigo John Helmholtz haciendo eventos con la comunidad para saber qué es lo que ustedes querían de la escuela. Esto fue hace unos pocos años atrás y ver que ahora estamos acá es realmente increíble. La escuela no es solo un edificio, la escuela es los estudiantes, la escuela son los padres, la escuela es las organizaciones, la comunidad. Y entre todos creamos este programa. Así que felicitaciones y muchas gracias por su apoyo. Una de las cosas que recuerdo siempre es de los maestros y de la comunidad, cuando tantas veces se me acercan y dicen qué bien se comportan los estudiantes, qué amables son. Así que los felicito, estudiantes, les agradezco mucho de todo corazón y los felicito. No solo los estudiantes, sino los padres, porque los padres son los que nos ayudan a que los estudiantes sean tan generosos y amables. Entonces, ya para terminar, quiero agradecerles a todos. Les voy a pedir a todos los estudiantes que conteste con un sí muy fuerte. ¿Sí? Sí, muy fuerte. ¿Sí? ¿Están preparados para empezar las clases? Vamos a tratar una vez, a ver si los padres nos ayudan también. ¿Están preparados para empezar las clases? Ok. Muchas gracias a todos. Los felicito. Que tengan un buen día.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming. My name is Ledrian Roby, Superintendent of Grand Rapids Public Schools. Thank you, Mr. Hurd, the interim principal, for all that you have done over the years for GRPS. And I want to give a huge shout out to Carlos de la Vera for your leadership in helping to shepherd the expansion of Southwest Campus. Thank you, Mr. De La Vera. Lastly, and most importantly, I also want to thank the voters and the taxpayers of Grand Rapids Public Schools for saying yes to this project. This new $20 million LEED certified school is only possible because of the voters of Grand Rapids for saying yes. You said yes to you said yes to our students, you said yes to our families and to our community and staff. They said yes to the future of our young people in Grand Rapids Public Schools. They said yes to a $175 million bond proposal from November 2015, which included $20 million in the expansion of the Southwest campus from a pre-K through 8th grade program, now all the way through a pre-K through 12th grade program. While we technically opened our doors last year to students and staff for the first time in January, but this is our first opportunity to bring everyone together to formally celebrate the grand opening of this beautiful, beautiful facility. Now I'd like to turn it over to my board members, Reverend John Matias, who is our treasurer, Ms. Kim Davis, the Southwest parent of 6 years and a member of the Grand Rapids board, and Dr. Tony Baker, board trustee. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Roby. Gracias. Buenas tardes, gente. ¿Cómo estamos? Vaya. It's so great to see our students, family, staff, and partners in person, in vivo. My name is Reverend John Matias, and I have the privilege of serving as your treasurer of the Grand Rapids Public School of Education, Board of Education. And it's my pleasure to be here with my colleagues and teachers as Southwest parents Kim Davis is going to provide some remarks on behalf of the entire Grand Rapids Board of Education. I want to acknowledge our colleagues, Dr. Baker, who not only serves on the board, but also works at Ferris State University, and you're spreading some colors there, right? And played a major role in establishing Ferris State's presence in the Granville corridor. Dr. Flores, a former teacher and administrator as part of the board, Kathy Lewis, a former teacher, Kimberly Davis, a civil rights investigator, Jen Shockey, board president, Renard Ross, director of Upward Bound, Grand Rapids Community College, Kristen Grant, a development manager. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge and thank our community partners who are part of this 5.5-acre development known as Plaza Roosevelt. Roosevelt Park Neighborhood Association, Habitat for Humanity, Mercy Health, Santa Maria Clinica, Dwelling Place, the Hispanic Center of Western Michigan, Ferris State University, the City of Grand Rapids, Parks and Recreation, and Granville Avenue Arts and Humanities. And I know that there are several individuals who are representing your organizations. Would you please rise or wave your hand in recognition? If you're here, just stand up. There we go. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you again for your support. Our students, teachers, the board, and the district as a whole, we greatly appreciate our partnership with all of you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Davis. Thank you again, Ms. Davis.
Thank you, Reverend Matias. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your new school, our new school. As Mr. Matias mentioned, I am on the Board of Education, but I'm also a mother of 3 students at Southwest Community Campus. And I just want to say congratulations and thank you to all of the architects and engineers at C2AE and TMP, and also the construction team at Rockford Construction. This building is beautiful, and we are just so thankful for all of you. Because I am a part of the community and on the board, and I have students that attend Southwest, I am definitely fully vested in this school and the expansion from PK-8 to pre-K 12. I have seen firsthand in my home and in our building just the wonderful benefits of a dual immersion model. My own children at home have just so many wonderful stories to tell, and it's just such a wonderful education for them. I also want to just thank and congratulate all of our teachers and our support staff who have helped make our dreams a reality, and to all of our students, our scholars, and their parents and families. I just want to say, welcome, congratulations. This is all for you, for us, and we are just so lucky. So spread the word to all the other students and families that you know about our wonderful school and this wonderful choice that our families have to attend to this school. And thank you. Thanks, all of you.
Thanks. We have I have to speak on behalf of us, but we have a fantastic school board. So, and Kim and John represent the work that we do, not only for Grand Rapids Public Schools, but in our day jobs as well. It is so wonderful to be at this moment. I had the honor to be a part of the earliest conversations with John Helmold at Habitat for Humanity when we thought about and talked about building this school. I just have to say that this is a school that's built by the community, and with apologies to Rockford Construction, I know that the work of building this school was far more difficult and included far more work of individuals and the community than of building the brick and mortar in this space. And I do have to say that you, the community, and those that are here and are not here, very much played a part in creating and building this school. And every time that you had an idea or a concern about the way it ought to happen, you called John Helmholtz, who had to accommodate and work with that. And I think that John should deserve a lot of, this school probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for his work. And I think that it has to do it, but it also has to do with the work that you all put into this community. This is our community school. This is your community school. The school was built for you to be here. There's a kitchen down the hall for you as a community to use, for you to invite families and health fairs and other events and all sorts of learning. This is a school that prepares children from pre-K on into college. And I expect that you will make this building your building, and that this will be generations, 100 years from now, there'll be stories that will come out of your children and your grandchildren's experiences with this building. So it's a wonderful moment to celebrate. And with that, I want to introduce you to Larry Johnson, our Chief of Staff.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. Thank you, Dr. Roby, all the board members, Dr. De La Vero. You know, this project is a long time coming, and I remember sitting at the tables when the concept of bringing a school to the Southwest, a high school to the Southwest community was talked about. And so this is your school, as Dr. Baker said. I have the opportunity to serve as the Chief of Staff and the Executive Director of Public Safety. But over the last year, had the privilege to step in as the interim Executive Director of Facilities and Operation. Long Nguyen, our Director of Projects and Design, will talk more about the specifics of this particular building, but just want to give thanks to the architects and engineers that were involved in this project, C2AE, TMP, and Rockford Construction. But more importantly, the support staff, the parents, the teachers, all the architects and the construction teams, and the students who patiently waited for the opening of the school. And then we had this thing called COVID, and that kicked in, and the skyrocketing cost of construction, and just all the other intangibles that we couldn't control. But you guys hung in there with us, had patience, and just had patience to be here today. So doing this ribbon cutting is ever so important to you, and we just want to thank you parents, thank you students, thank this community. This is the right school at the right place at the right time for this community. Thank you, and I'm so happy to be a proud of it. Really proud of it.
Thanks, Larry, and thank you for your leadership and direction throughout all this and around GRPS. My name is Long Nguyen, Director of Design, Construction, Renovation, and I'm a proud GRPS graduate of Ottawa Hills, class of 2003. As Larry shared, we had a team of highly talented architects, engineers, construction managers, owners rep, vendors, and construction workers who made this ribbon cutting a reality for students, staff, and the community. I'm going to read off the firms, and ask them to stand up to be recognized if they're present. So C2AE, TMP Architecture, Rockford Construction, and Plant Moran. Let's give them a round of applause. And we'll walk you through some details and highlights of this facility. The building was built on a 1.7 acre property purchased from Habitat of Humanities. It's 4 stories, 70,000 square feet, consists of 24 classrooms, 2 science labs, music room, art room, gym, kitchen, cafeteria, and a media center with computer labs and collaboration rooms. We started construction in March of 2019, and after 18 months, despite the shutdown last year, we finished in August of 2020 on time if we returned to school in person last year. We also received LEED Silver with 53 points based on the building's sustainable, efficient exterior envelope, urban location with proximity to public transportation, stormwater, quality control, and provisions for bike parking, among other features. Again, we want to express our thanks and gratitude to all the parties involved to make this a successful project. Now I'm going to turn it over to an individual who represents the very reason why we did all this, the students. Please join me in welcoming 10th grade student Soleil Castillo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Soleil Castillo, and I am here representing the school and here as part of the community too. Hola a todos, me llamo Soleil Castillo. Estoy aquí representando la escuela y también representando como parte de la comunidad. De mi experiencia, lo más que me ha impactado es que hoy puedo hablar el español con ustedes y también el inglés. Mis primeros años de experiencia fue en el español, en cual me ayudó a que hoy pudiera estar hablando con ustedes en español. Claro, no dejando el inglés, como si fuera menos importante, ya que el objetivo de esta escuela es poder hablar el español y también el inglés con fluidez. Y poder desarrollarnos como personas bilingües exitosas en el español e inglés. Lo más que me encanta de ser bilingüe es que yo puedo tener una buena conexión cuando voy a Puerto Rico y hablo con mis padres, con mis amigos, con mis primos, primas, hermanos, con todos. Igual con mis familiares que no saben o inglés o el español, igual con mis amigos, que yo puedo tener una conversación o en inglés o en español y poder dominar los dos idiomas con fluidez. So, thank you. And now I turn it over to my mother, Jocelyn Hernandez.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cómo están? Familia, comunidad. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en esta tarde. Para mí representar en este momento, en este tiempo, ser parte de el grupo de padres de esta escuela es más que un orgullo. Es un orgullo. Puedo hablar por mi experiencia. Soy mamá de 2 hijos en los cuales participaron en este espectacular programa. Así lo veo yo, es maravilloso este programa. Lo catalogo como un programa que es una joya, es un diamante que tenemos en nuestras manos. Pues nosotros como padres somos también participantes de la educación de nuestros hijos. Y el yo poder ver que mis hijos y yo como padre puedo estar involucrada en una comunidad de diversidad es maravilloso. La diversidad para mí es lo primordial, el yo poder ver cómo mis hijos y cómo yo misma como persona puedo interactuar y puedo traer una conversación con las demás personas. Yo felicito a cada maestro que de una manera u otra ha puesto su granito de arena para la educación de nuestros hijos. Es un esfuerzo, es un reto, no es nada fácil. Por eso yo de todo corazón doy las gracias desde el maestro de kindergarten hasta hoy día del grado 10 que entra mi hija. Somos más que privilegiados. Este programa yo lo escuchaba venir. Se escuchaba la construcción, se escuchaba todo lo que era bueno o probablemente que fuera beneficioso para nuestros estudiantes. Pero lo veía en mi humanidad un poquito lejos, mas sin embargo ya hoy es una realidad. El yo poder experimentar que mi hija haya hecho la transición de escuela elemental a una escuela middle high school, ¿verdad? Siendo una academia en español es más que un orgullo, es más que un privilegio. Lo más que ha impactado mi vida también en esta escuela, en este grupo, es poder ver una escuela donde es temática. temática para mí dar una explicación breve, corta y que podamos entender. Es una escuela que corre con un currículo en 2 idiomas, inglés y español, en el cual las puertas, estoy segura, que están abiertas para toda nacionalidad, para toda diversidad, para todo aquel que quiera aprender un segundo idioma. Yo como padre, como madre, aquí no está mi esposo, pero también los dos hemos trabajado para con eso. Decimos que motivamos a todos los padres, a cualquier nacionalidad, a que no duden en experimentar este programa bilingüe que ofrece el distrito de GRPS. Aprovechemos la gran oportunidad de manera gratuita que ofrece este programa a nuestros hijos, a nuestros estudiantes. ¿Sabías que si aprendes un buen español, si aprendes a tener una buena fluidez, te abre puertas a que en muchas áreas, en muchas maneras, el éxito a la vida? Gracias y que pasen buenas tardes.
Good evening. My name is Emily Hollingsworth. For my students out there, you probably know me as Miss DeWitt, but I got married over the summer, so same teacher, different name. But, thank you. And I am lucky enough to be one of the teachers here at Southwest Middle High. I teach 7th and 8th grade science. But I have not only had the privilege of teaching at Southwest for the last 5 years, but also have had the opportunity to really get to know so many of the amazing students from this community. And I can confidently say on the behalf of the other teachers here that we love teaching, but the best part of our job is definitely getting to know the students and engaging with them and their families. Before this building opened, I spent several years at the elementary building. I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade over there. And one thing that we always noticed as upper grade teachers was the uncertainty that students started to feel at some point in their middle school career. So many of our students, so many of you guys here today have been here since kinder. And before this building opened, you knew that that was going to change for you after 8th grade. As teachers, we saw that play out in the classroom. Kind of the feelings of uncertainty led to less investment in the program and their education and in what we were trying to accomplish in our bilingual school. This building changes all of that. Now our students have the opportunity to stay right here in their community, to continue in the program that they started as young children. And over the last year as a teacher, we've been able to feel the noticeable difference of that. Students' commitment to their school, to their developing their academic skills in English and in Spanish, which is obviously what we're all about. And the continuity that we can provide by expanding to a K-12 program really makes all of the difference on a day-to-day basis for teachers in our classroom. We notice an increased sense of pride and in the high level of this unique education that we know that we're giving to our students. That, among many other factors, is what makes Southwest Middle High such a great place to teach. Also probably goes without saying that for teachers it's very fulfilling to be able to watch students as they mature and grow, and now we're able to watch that process through 12th grade. For me personally, I feel like sort of a parent to the class of 2024, Soleil and her other classmates. I taught most of them when they were in 6th grade. And then in the fall of 2018, when they were 8th graders, I had the privilege to walk over here and we all signed our name on the beam that's somewhere in this building. And I remember that day, and it's so exciting to think about just being able to watch those students continue and to finish their career here at Southwest Middle High, and I can't wait for their graduation day.
Uno.